Hello, John Hawks. It's Jim Townsend calling back again. You hung up on me the last time I called you. You said that you wanted me to take our private communication off of YouTube. Sir, we don't have private communications. You are a member of the public. You're a public servant. You've been paid to do a job, and I've paid you. This is business, sir. Do you have any appreciation of that? I'm not calling you at home. I'm calling you at your office. You've already left me that message. Okay? Now, I have been keeping a public record and posting it on YouTube. I called you on March 2nd about brochures that you seized on February the 17th. Now, I have 2,150 outstanding brochures with you, and you owe me $535.68. Now, I called you on March 2nd. That conversation is on YouTube. On that conversation, you can be plainly heard to say that you would send me a letter and my money by Friday. That was on the 4th. Okay? We waited for 2 weeks. My wife wanted to distribute a brochure with Canada Post about her herbal remedies. It has her name, it has her website and everything else on it. We've distributed these through Canada Post for years. It got sent to you, and you refused it. And finally, on the 18th, you wrote us back a letter that you promised us on the 4th. You did not send my money, and you still have my brochures. Here is your letter. On February 23rd, 2011, so this is when you say you examined them and you still have my money and my brochures. That's a month ago now. I examined fax copies of 2 of the unaddressed ad mail mailings in question. The result of that examination was to find the product was not compliant with Canada Post business guidelines in that the mailings did not bear the customer's name and or the content was illegal. So here are some of those brochures that I attempted to send out in the mail. Now, one of them is the rule of law is slavery. It says right on there, oh, let's see if I can get this in there so that the thing goes on. There, see that? It says jim@townsend.b. It has my name, my email address, and my website. This is an ad to go over to my website at GentileDefenseLeague.net. Okay, now you understand that because you've read that. So, it says the mailings did not bear the customer's name and or the content was illegal. So, since it has my name, taxpayers and tax receivers, this is a missive that says that we taxpayers are not getting our money's worth from tax receivers like you. As we can see, my name right on there, and an advertisement again to go over and read my book at GentileDefenseLeague.net. My book that I sell, that I've been marketing, that I've had on the internet for years, first copy of my book I wrote when I was president of the Alberta Party. Both books have been sent to all the MPs and all the MLAs in Canada. Now, where are we from this legal standpoint here? You say what I'm distributing is illegal. Yeah, do you know something? You're in violation of the law, not me. Here's the thing. You say this stuff is illegal. Well, where is that court order that says what I distribute is illegal? Have you taken me to court to determine that? Okay, Section 52.1 of the Constitution states that it is the supreme law of Canada, and any laws that are not in accordance with it are of no effect. Section 91 and Section 92 provide for the separation of powers between the federal government and the provincial government. Schedule B of the Constitution is the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Section 2A is the right to religious beliefs. My right to religious beliefs. This is the myth of universal consciousness. Jim@townsend.b and advertise my website at townsend.be. Right on there, everything right on there. So you somehow think me exercising my right to my religious beliefs is against the law, yet the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which is part of the Supreme Law of Canada, says I have the right to do this. Oh, here we're running out, but that's all right. You'll be able to see it all on YouTube here and watch the whole thing on YouTube. I'm going to hang this up now so that he can see the rest of it on YouTube there, because he's run out of his little message time, and I haven't run out of steam in explaining myself to him yet. I shouldn't have to explain myself to him. You see, he's talking about legal. Now, all he's done here is he said the content was illegal. No court has ever determined what I'm writing is illegal. Section 2B of the Constitution states that we have the right to freedom of speech and to distribute that through any method of mode of communication. Now, what I have done is I have paid Canada Post to deliver these brochures for me, as I have done for years. The Canada Post Act, Section 49, says every person commits an offense who unlawfully and knowingly abandons, misdirects, obstructs, delays, or detains the progress of any mail or mail conveyance. That's what John Hawkes is doing. He's violating the Canada Post Act. Now, that's a violation of his oath of office, because he swears to uphold the laws of Canada in the execution of his duty. I know that because I've read his oath on there. And anybody else can read the oath of a federal employee. Canada Post is a federal corporation, and Mr. John Hawkes is a federal employee. And Mr. John Hawkes, I accept your oath, and I'm going after your oath because you're in violation of your oath. You're in violation of the Canada Post Act. You're in violation of my charter right to express myself. I put my name in full on here. You've given me no evidence of anything that's illegal. All this is a defamation of character. You said, oh, that's illegal in my opinion. That's a defamation of character. You, sir, your opinion don't count for anything. You're a public servant. You're paid to deliver the mail. You know, rain, snow, sleet, or hail, get off your duff, take the bag, go out and deliver it. Don't hassle your employees. Don't rip them off. Now, you say here, I return to you via signature ex post 11 bundles of 50 pieces each for a total of 550 undelivered pieces, plus an invoice used by yourself to deposit 650 pieces. I have also instructed our customer claim to issue a refund in the full amount of that deposit, which is $106.85. That's just one mailing, and you kept 100 pieces of that. Now, I paid you to deliver those brochures. You've only given me 550 of them back, and none of my money. Why have you kept the other 100? I paid you to deliver them. You say they're illegal. Did you deliver illegal brochures? And what evidence do you have? We're talking Canada Evidence Act here now. What evidence do you have? Court? Have I been to court for somebody to say what I write is illegal? No, I haven't. You're violating my right. It's a defamation of character. You haven't put down here what's illegal, with no specifics, anything else. My wife, you turned down her brochures. Herbal formulas that she sells. She buys herbs from Golden Bough. Everything that she buys wholesale is available legally here in Canada, and she makes herbal recipes and sells them to people. Perfectly legal, business, name on here, everything else, and yet you turn her down. That's another destruction of a charter right to be able to carry on business. All you're doing is starving us. You're making sure that we can't carry on business by using your advertisements here. You, sir, are badly out of order. Customer identification. Each unaddressed ad mail must bear the customer's name. Every piece has my name on it. We filled out all of your stuff. You've got all your paperwork there, Judith?
That's all right here.
Yeah, all right here. You can see that we have given you to date, as I said, we've given you...
all of our mailings.
Look at that.
The manifests for all of them.
That's all the business that we've given you. You owe us...
We paid you this money, and you took it.
$535 you owe us. You admit that you looked at this on February 23rd. You've yet to give me back a dime. It only took me a half an hour in the post office to give you all my brochures and to give you my money. Do you understand why I'm righteously indignant Do you understand that everybody in your country is taking a look at you and they think that you're a regular a-hole, buddy? They probably don't think much of me being so forward, but I'm sure that they all understand that I am legally within my right to demand that my rights as a human being are not infringed. You don't have the right to cut us off from carrying on commerce with our fellow countrymen. You don't have the right to starve us out. Who are you? Some unelected little bureaucrat, like I said, that's supposed to be out delivering the mail. Well, this is going up on YouTube, and then what I'm doing is I'm going into Canada Post, and I'm going to get every email address I can, and everybody in Canada Post is getting an email from me with the link over to YouTube. So all your buddies in Canada Post can see how you act, and they can go and read the Canada Post Act, they can read your oath of office, they can read the Constitution Act, they can read the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Then they can see how totally out of line you are. And we can keep this up. I don't care. It's not my reputation at risk. We know what my reputation in this is. We know that I trusted you. We know that I've given you brochures that I've sent out many times before. Here's another brochure that you didn't send out, by the way. Real money. Jim at Townsend.b on it, right there. Identifies who I am. GentileDefenseLeague.com. Townsend.b. Websites. Real money. At a time that the global currency is melting down, and we're in the midst of greatest global currency meltdown in human history, and nobody's going to be interested in real money. A dissertation on how the Crown is a criminal conspiracy from the City of London. The bunch of bankers and lawyers that are ripping off Canadians. They're exchanging them liability debt instruments for all of their assets, and that's why our entire country is in debt. That's why the entire United States is going down the tubes, just the same way they did in the last Depression, and you don't want this information out there. My wife gives free advice on how to protect yourself against radioactive fallout. Oh, why don't you want people having free advice on how to go out and get iodized sea salt, which contains high levels of potassium iodide, and how to take a simple little drop of iodine so that you saturate your thyroid gland with potassium iodides, and your thyroid does not absorb the iodides from the radiation that's coming across the ocean. Simple way to protect somebody. If you don't have that in there, very minute amounts of radiation will kill you. And yet, you don't want people to have this information. Why is that, sir? Is that illegal to distribute that information? No, I don't think so. I think everybody understands what's going on, that you're using your position as a minor little unelected bureaucrat that's supposed to be out doing his job to censor the rest of us. As a Canadian, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the fact that I have to go out and earn a living, and my taxes have to pay your wages, and then on top of paying your wages, I pay you to deliver my mail, and you still don't do it. What do you think of your taxes doing that, my dear? Huh?
I think that's pretty crappy.
Yeah. You know what? I think all Canadians think the same, John Hawks. So let's just boogie, big boy. You got her all in your pocket. You got me under your thumb. I'm the little worm. You got my money. You're big and almighty and all-powerful. You can just take all of my property, and you can just take my money, and you can say, yeah, get your information out for you too, but it's private. Deluded little peckerhead. Pay me, and all of this will disappear. Use your brain. Pay me. Give me back my property, and this goes away. Otherwise, expect to see my face jerking your chain back for the rest of your friggin' natural life. Thank you. Bye-bye.